on the Texas A&M Sports Network. From Learfield, live from Rudy's Country Store and Barbecue on Harvey Road in College Station. Welcome to the Joni Taylor Coaches Show, presented by Coors Light, mountain cold refreshment made to chill. 2023 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Celebrate responsibly. Rudy's Country Store and Barbecue. Visit Rudy's.com to find real Texas barbecue near you. And by Twisted Tea, hard iced tea for the 12th man. Please drink responsibly. Now, the Joni Taylor Coaches Show.
And hello again, everybody. Welcome out to Rudy's Barbecue. We're on Harvey Road. It's the Joni Taylor Radio Show with Joni Taylor. I'm Steve Miller. Great to have you with us tonight. If you're out driving around looking for something to eat, this is the place to do it. We've got plenty of good barbecue and basketball talk over the next hour. We're here most Tuesday nights from 6 until 7 o'clock, and we'll be here again next Tuesday as well. Well, the Aggies are 7-1 overall. They've won 5 straight overall. How about that? Including 4 straight at home. Last week, beat Wake Forest 81-57 in the ACC SEC Challenge, and then came back in a crazy travel day and had a day of practice after that. Beat Kansas 63-52, and that was a great job on Sunday, Joni. Let's go back to the Wake Forest game and the impact that the Wake Forest game had, and how you overcame the travel challenges.
All right, so this year started the ACC SEC Challenge. We talked about that last week when we were here, and we wake up Thursday morning and we're down 1-5, or maybe 1-4. I think Florida was the only SEC team who'd gotten a win on Wednesday, and then by the time we tipped, we had the latest tip Thursday night. We didn't tip until 9 Eastern. We were down 1-6, and I was like, "Come on, SEC." So obviously we go into the game because it just means more, right? So that's how we talk about it, and here we are 1-6. At tip, and so we go into the game, and I thought it took us the first quarter to kind of get adjusted, and then we really, I think, dominated on both ends. We just asserted our size on the inside. We offensive rebound, we shared the basketball, and we were really fortunate to get out of there with a win and play at a really high level. And so we've been talking about just taking the next step, and what does that look like? And I think our ladies have really committed to taking the next step in all areas. And so I thought it was on full display against Wake Forest, and everybody did their job on Thursday night. We ended up tying the ACC, so we were 7-7. So in the first year of the ACC SEC Challenge, we ended up tying it. And then we get ready to go home, and it's already a 9 o'clock tip. By the time the game is over, it's 11. The girls have to shower. They have family here. So our young ladies, by the time we sit on the plane, it's midnight, 11 Central, 12 Eastern. And our pilot tells us that it's bad weather here in College Station, or that the bad weather has caused low visibility. So we're going to get in the air, and we hope we can get you home. So, of course, I, try to watch a little film. I end up falling asleep. And then I wake up to the announcement that we are basically hovering over College Station because the visibility is so low. So we're going to kind of hang out. We have enough gas. Thank you. He's like, but we have enough gas, so we're just going to circle around in the air.
Didn't need to be spoken.
He really probably told us too much information.
I mean, really, we're just here along for the ride at this point.
And so we circled in the air for about 30 minutes. So at this point, it's 3:30 in the morning, and he still cannot land us in College Station. So he dumps us, literally. We get dumped off in Austin, Texas at 4 a.m. And he's like, "We're on the phone with the bus company. We're working on getting you a bus here, and listen, this is your, 21, 22 for me. So I know that there's no bus company that is up at 4 in the morning." Right? So what are we talking about? And
maybe he knows something.
There's no bus. And so we literally sat in the Austin airport until 9:30 Friday morning. Meredith Mitchell, our director of business operations, handled things in that circumstance beautifully. She was able to, I think, DoorDash or have some Chick-fil-A brought to us around 7. The original bus was supposed to be there at 8 o'clock. Then that company called back and said the bus couldn't get there until 11. She then picked up the phone and called a different bus company, and this is a company we've worked with a few times, and they stopped what they were doing. And actually the bus driver stole a bus from somebody else who was supposed to have it that morning and came to pick us up instead. And so the bus came around 9:30, and about 2 hours and 15 minutes later, we rolled into College Station Friday at about 11:45 a.m.
And it's not the Austin airport that most everyone travels in and out of. It is a private terminal that had a few chairs and couches and some accommodations. At the end of the day, Young ladies are just laid out on the floor.
Yeah, we're laying in the floor. We're in the break room, laying on benches, couches. It definitely wasn't what we had in mind or anything that we normally experience with travel. But, I say all the time to my family, as much as we travel, I'm really shocked that we don't have more travel issues than we do. And so when those moments come, I really, really try to not get too upset by it because we're really grateful to not have more issues as often as we travel. And again, I thought our young ladies did a great job of handling the situation. They weren't complaining. They took naps. They never once, said anything about it. But it really changed our schedule because we were supposed to practice at 2:30 on Friday. Well, we don't even get back until 11:45, so there's no way we're practicing at 2:30. And we need to practice. Kansas is good, and so. But I know how I feel, and if I feel like I've been hit by a truck, I can't imagine how they feel. I didn't play a game, and so we ended up just pushing practice back. We watched a little bit of film. Our strength and conditioning coach really stretched them and worked them out a little bit, just made them feel good. We fed them a good meal, and we sent them home. So we didn't even practice Friday, and then we came back Saturday, had one-day prep, and got ready for Kansas.
What was the reaction when you find out we're not practicing?
Well, so we didn't tell them, right? We just told them we were pushing practice back, and I didn't want them to make plans or go to the movies or do any of those things. And so we had them thinking they were going to practice, and so they showed up. They worked out with Yo, and then we sat in the film room, and at that point we said to them, listen, this is a scouting day for your eyes and for your ears and to really lock in mentally because we are not going to practice today. And I felt like Oprah. There's some moments where you feel like Oprah when she's like, you get a car, and you get a car, and you get a car. They were grateful. You could tell that they were ready to practice, but they were like, we're going to have to just get the energy from somewhere because we're exhausted. So they really appreciated the fact that we took into account what their day had been like. I also told them this was part of our acronym TOUGH, trust. We are trusting you with the responsibility of, mentally prepping, taking care of your bodies, going home and resting, hydrating, and coming back tomorrow locked in, and they did that.
Well, and the Kansas game was obviously a game that you guys as a coaching staff were really concerned about, already scouting them while you're traveling, and I think sitting in the corner in this little FBO, already working on the game plan while everybody else might be sleeping. No rest for the weary.
It's those turnarounds, especially after a Thursday night game when you play again on Sunday, Thursday night to Friday, it just is what it is. You maybe take a nap or two, but there's really not a ton of sleep. Robert Mosley had the Kansas Scout. He did a tremendous job of preparing me and preparing our team for what we might face and what we needed to take away and be ready for, and our players responded.
Get to the Kansas game, and game I guess a little bit of tale of two halves to a degree, but what mattered was how you guys came out and executed in that second half.
Yeah, I thought we were a little tight to start the game. We looked a little nervous. So I don't go out before the game because it just will upset me if I watch warm-ups. I just don't need to watch it. And so I stay in the back. And so every once in a while, depending on like how practice has been or just the game, I'll sometimes say to one of the assistant coaches, like, how do they look? And so I shouldn't have asked, but I asked on Sunday. I said, how do they look? And they were like, and that was literally the response I got. And I said, okay, well, maybe they're just a little nervous or a little tight. And they were. And you could tell in the first couple minutes of the game, the first quarter, really, we were, missing layups. We turned the ball over a little bit. We weren't in a rhythm. And so we went in the locker room at halftime, and just the conversation was, how this felt? Like the first quarter is tit for tat, basket, like defensive stop. Like it just felt hard. And I said, this is how these games are going to feel. And so we need to make sure we value every possession because every single possession is going to be so important. What we cannot do is waste a possession because of a turnover, a travel, an illegal screen, 3 seconds in the lane, a charge. We've got to value every single possession. And I think that clicked with them, and they really understood it, and we just came out with a different mentality. I thought we were excellent in time and score late in the game in terms of managing the clock, taking the right shots, and just we had some players make some big-time plays off the bench, and obviously India Rogers had a huge third and fourth quarter for us.
It was tied 24-22, and find yourself 17-17 as the quarter score at the end of the third quarter, but had already started making moves because essentially Kansas had stopped scoring about midway through that third. What were you guys doing defensively in that second half that was so different than your first half?
Well, I think we just had gotten a rhythm into what it is they were doing. We were taking some things away. We really helped off of Jackson, number one, their tall forward for them. We were really intentional about making her catches tough. And I can think back to 2 or 3 times when she caught the ball, she fumbled it out of bounds or she traveled on the catch because we were trying to crowd her feet and just make her – everything needed to be a tough basket. We could not give them what they wanted, which was transition points, points in the paint, and threes. And we took those things away, and it was just really hard for them to score.
And you mentioned India Rogers, 3 3-pointers, they're all very critical.
They were. She obviously got in foul trouble, picked up her second foul at the end of the first quarter and sat. I thought KK Green came in, Tanae Hilton came in and did a great job of running our team while she was out. They just bring a different pace, a different, they have a style and a feel for what it is we want to do based on just being here for a year, for their second year. Indy came back out and just really, they went under the ball screen on her, and she's someone who shoots the ball at a high level, and so when they went under the ball screen, she came down, knocked down a 3. I think the next possession she knocked down another one, so she had 2 back-to-back, but just did a good job of reading and making reads and decisions out of our ball screen action.
We had some shots that didn't fall on offense, but managed to get 15 offensive rebounds. That's great, but then to convert them into 18 second chance point, that was a season high.
Sahara Jones comes to mind when I think about offensive rebounding. Obviously, we are second in the SEC in offensive rebounding, so it's something that we have really emphasized. But we've got so many players with length and athleticism, but she really has decided as a guard perimeter player, I'm going to go rebound the basketball. And I can just remember one time, I forget who shot the ball, and she comes just flying out of the air like Superman to get a tip and to get a putback. And so I'm excited about what we can do off the glass. We always talk about you don't want to manufacture all your points in the half court because that's just hard. When the defense is set and you've got, 5 players looking at you, 10 sets of eyes looking at you, it's just hard, especially when the competition gets really, really tough. And so how can we score out-of-bounds plays? We want 6 to 8 points on our out-of-bounds plays. We want to get offensive rebounds. We want our defense to create offense for us. In the fourth quarter, we got 8 points off of steals or really stingy defense that led to transition buckets for us.
Yeah, and looking down the floor, love to throw that ball over the defense and watch the conversion. That gets everybody super excited.
Tanae had an excellent pass. That's the one that comes to mind as you say that. She's coming down. She looked me off. I literally was like, who are you passing it to? And then there's Lauren Ware right under the rim. So really good job of sharing the basketball.
And we looked up in the while we don't have the RPI anymore, we do have the net. And the net has started publishing itself this week. And the Aggies are sitting at number 30 in the net.
Did you see how many spots we jumped?
No, what was it?
We jumped 82 spots, Steve.
Yeah, I mean,
82 spots.
Only 29 more to go.
Yeah, we jumped 82 spots to be at, 29? Is that
29, 30, depending on which day it is. And it is really amazing. And that is the net. It used to be the RPI. Right. Who knows how it's built, but we do know that the NCAA committee uses that when they start plotting who the 68 teams are going to be in the tournament.
Correct. They won't give us the formula for the net. We knew RPI, there's your strength of schedule, and if you won a ranked game on the road versus losing a game, you kind of knew what you needed to do from RPI. They will not release the formula for the net, which is, as a coach, makes you uncomfortable because it kind of feels like the committee can kind of pick and choose what they want the net to be. But to jump that many spots definitely puts us in a really good position. And obviously, as we continue to play and once conference season comes, that number, if it can sit in that area, it just gives us a chance to really put ourselves in a good position if we continue to do what we're supposed to do.
This time of year, you have some teams that end up in tournaments with the right matchups and teams that they may be chasing for schedule build-up. Very rarely do we see this time of year a Power 5 school get 3 straight Power 5 wins. That's pretty good because that helps build the net.
It does, and in year 2, Catherine Graham does our scheduling. Catherine Williams, she just got married in August. She does our scheduling, and she's done it for us for a really long time. So she has a really good feel of building our schedule based off of the experience of our team, home versus away, and just areas where she thinks this is going to be a really, really good win, or this team is going to be challenging for us, but it's on the road. So win, lose, or draw, this is a good, this is going to be a good number for us. So she's done a really good job of making sure that she puts our team in the right position if we handle our business to be sitting where we want to be from a net perspective.
Yeah, and setting up nicely here for the balance of our non-conference schedule going into conference play first, January 4th?
January 4th on the road, first conference game. So obviously we're in this is reading day. Yesterday and today was reading day, final start tomorrow. And so there's the balance of you still want to play, but you also want to play, you want to get better. But Texas A&M is a really challenging academic school. We've got 3 engineering majors on our roster. You know, their heads are just completely spinning right now. Some of them are staying up all night or getting up early to study. And so you want to also make sure you're taking care of them. So we're not overlooking anyone on our schedule. Hear me very clearly, and I know we'll talk about Lamar later. They scare the bejeebies out of me. But this gives us a chance to get back to working on us a bit. Sometimes when you go, game, practice, game, scout, practice, all you're doing is scouting for your opponent, and you have slippage. And slippage is when I call, you don't get a chance to remember to work on shell drill or your fundamentals of how some things go, and there's slippage in just how you play. And so this gives us a chance to really work on us and continue to get better.
Yeah, we'll definitely talk about Lamar and Robert Morris, both the upcoming opponents for Texas A&M a little bit later in the program. You mentioned during pregame that you don't come out and look around and do all these other things. What are you doing? What time do you get to the arena, and what are you doing in it? What are you doing back there?
So for a Sunday game, we have shoot around. If it's a 2 o'clock tip, it's 9. So it was 1 o'clock on Sunday, so we were there for an 8 o'clock a.m. walk practice, and then we have pregame meal. I go to the office, do a little bit of work. We always watch a motivational video, and if I know what it is, I just kind of sit back there. If I don't know what it is, I'm looking for a motivational video. Sometimes I have one, and then we have a practice, and I'm not sure how I feel about that practice, so the motivational video changes based on how they show up to shoot around. And then after that, I go get dressed. And so we stay at the arena. We go downstairs, we get dressed, and then I just kind of do makeup, slowly do hair, things like that to try to buy my time. I can't stand waiting. It drives me absolutely up the wall.
Do you try to catch a peek of other scores or other games in progress?
Sometimes we'll turn the TV on and watch the games and the scores. We definitely try to keep up with what's going on. Yeah.
All right. Coming up on the program, we've got several guests here. We have Angela Jones, we have KK Green, and Sydney Bowles. We have all of that and more. We're live from Rudy's Barbecue. It's the Joni Taylor Radio Show from Learfield. Head on over to your local Rudy's or Rudy's.com to place an order for their real Texas barbecue. Enjoy 100% oak smoked meats, delicious sides, and Rudy's signature sauce. And don't forget, Rudy serves made-to-order and grab-and-go breakfast tacos every day until 10 a.m. We are at Rudy's Barbecue tonight here on Harvey Road in College Station. It's the Joni Taylor Radio Show. With Joni Taylor, I'm Steve Miller. Great to have you with us. Stop on by and join us for dinner and basketball talk. We're here until 7 o'clock. Here on this Tuesday evening. We are joined by let me get this, I have a whole sheet of paper to get your title in, Executive Director of External Operations, Marketing and Strategic Operations for Women's Basketball, Angela Jones. Welcome.
Hi, Steve.
Hi.
Hi, guys.
So let's break down your title. That'll take us to the end of the show. Tell us your role about external operations and marketing and strategic, all of your stuff. What all of the things are you touching?
Yeah, so it does combine a lot of things. The external operations part is anything outside of the court, basketball related, with the girls. And then the marketing portion, obviously I work closely with our marketing department within A&M, so I'm the liaison there. And then the strategic relations part, it entails a lot, major donors, NIL, some parts of 12th Man Production. I'm liaison there. So, yeah, it kind of combines a lot of things. And I run Coach Taylor's Beyond Basketball program as well.
Very, very busy. So we see you before the games going around and visiting with a lot of people and a spot where the coaching staff, I guess, just doesn't have time. They've got a coach. So here comes Angela to meet and greet.
Yeah, so Joni, of course, there's a lot of us on staff, so we have a lot of different roles. One thing that I bring to the table, I love people, and I enjoy building relationships, getting to know our fans, our donors. So that I think when you see me walking around, usually it's just kind of getting to know our family, as we call you guys.
Yeah, and when we were playing at Cal a couple of weeks ago, we had some folks out there that showed up that aren't really, some were actually related to the program, but a chance to visit with folks that don't normally get to see A&M in their backyard.
I think that's one thing that's special. When we're on the road, to see other Aggies, one, come follow us, or if they live there, to come out to our games and support us, I think that's great. It gives us a chance to get to know fans away from home and actually just spend time with them there. So, yes, Cali was great. Wake Forest, y'all, you probably won't believe this, but we had more fans there than Wake Forest did. So that was good to see Aggies representing.
Not so sure we didn't have more fans than Cal did as well.
Yeah, you were right there, Steve.
Start counting heads of who was actually there. One of the things we did the off-season was hand out season tickets and door-to-door. Tell us about how that all comes together.
Well, so I also work as a liaison with our ticketing department. Kathleen's been great. So she works closely with us, and Coach Taylor is probably one of the most special coaches out there. She likes to be hands-on as well. And so with ticketing, she went out on her own and went door-to-door knocking and giving it to our season ticket holders. And she probably can speak more to that. Yes, applaud her for doing that. Most coaches don't get out there, but I think she really enjoys that side of it. And I think our fans and season ticket holders were happy to see her.
Joni, why'd you do it?
Yes, tell us.
It's important. We did it last year as well, and obviously we can't deliver to all of our season ticket holders, so we try to take about 25 or 30, and we're just going to grab a different group every single year. But it's important for me to get in front of you guys and thank you for what you do. You have an option of where you spend your money and your time, and we don't take that for granted. And so anytime that I can thank you for that, repay you for that, it's something that it means a lot to us, and I want to make sure you guys understand how special you are.
Tomorrow is elementary school day, 11 a.m. The Aggies take on Lamar. Their coach is Aqua Franklin, for those of you scoring at home. Haven't seen Aqua play here with Lamar in a couple of seasons, but with the elementary school day, I understand it may be our largest in recent memory.
Steve, we have so many kiddos coming tomorrow. We are so excited. I spoke with Kayla Marcos, who's over our marketing department, and the last count she gave me was over, I believe, 5,100 kids will be there. So we know you all will be there. You might want to bring your earplugs because they are super excited to attend. So for some of them, this might be their only game to get out to. So we want to make it a special day for them, and we're just looking forward to having them.
Yeah, it sounds like these kids are coming from areas like another county or two away.
Yes.
That's the commitment level.
Yes, all over Bryan, College Station, Navasota. So we have schools coming from all over.
We're even opening up the second deck in order to accommodate everyone and still have room for our normal ticket holders as well.
Exactly. So they'll be up top yelling as loud as they can. I think what's really special to them is to actually see our girls in person playing. And then after the game, too, our girls are really good about interacting with our fans. So when they go in the stands, I know that's going to really make the kids stay.
It's just so loud.
It is, but we want our arena to be loud, don't we?
No, we want it to be loud. It's just a different kind of loud, right? That's just a different kind.
We told Casey, our DJ, to make sure he plays some good tunes for them so they can sing along as well.
Oh, there'll be lots of sing-alongs. Yes. You can go to the bank on that. Beyond Basketball is next Wednesday at 8 a.m. at Reed Arena. Do we know what's on tap for next Wednesday yet?
We have an awesome special guest speaker ahead of us. I think our Aggies are going to love it. We actually have Sydney Colson coming in town. And
what?
Yes. So she'll be our guest speaker. We're excited. Her and Joni have a great agenda planned for us.
She's crazy.
No, we're not going to call her crazy. She is entertaining, which I love. So we're excited about that. And our ladies who attend Beyond Basketball, I'm so grateful for it because they continue to come, support, and it's just grown. So. And
Joni was mentioning after the last one that we maybe have started looking for a bigger venue.
Yes, she keeps mentioning that. And so my anxiety level's getting higher and higher because I'm like, where are we going to go? But we do have Reed Arena. We can move downstairs.
Just come on down.
Instead of the third floor, we'll just move on down.
That'll be great.
Yes,
That'll be great.
Yes.
All right. Angela, appreciate it. Thank you for taking time out tonight. You did great here. And so we're looking forward for you personally greeting each of the fans tomorrow at the game.
Yes. Well, thank you, Steve, for having me.
All right, that's Angela Jones, everybody. We're live from Rudy's Barbecue. It's the Joni Taylor Radio Show from Learfield. Howdy, Ags. Steve Miller here, inviting you to visit Costa Vida Fresh Mexican Grill. That's Baja-style Mexican, made from scratch daily, serving breakfast, tacos, lunch, and dinner. It's Aggie-owned and operated in South College Station. We're back on the Joni Taylor Radio Show. We're at Rudy's Barbecue here in College Station, Harvey Road. Come on by and see us. The Aggies are getting set to take on Lamar. That's 11 a.m. in the morning for elementary school day. It's also holiday hoops with tickets as low as $3. You can listen on the A&M Sports Network locally, Zone 1150, or watch on the SEC Network Plus. And then Saturday, the Aggies host Robert Morris at noon. There's also holiday hoops, and you can listen here locally, Zone 1150, or watch on the SEC Network Plus. We're back with Joni Taylor. I'm Steve Miller, and we are joined by sophomore Sydney Bowles. How you doing, Sydney?
Howdy. I'm doing good today.
You got it's reading day. Have you read anything today?
Not much reading, a little bit of studying. I'm more so studying for math right now. So
math? What
numbers.
kind of math? Is any math that we might understand? Because you're way smarter than
maybe not.
I know me.
Calc 3, so probably nothing I could explain. Fun. Not fun at all.
Before we went on here, you were telling me about the project you got going on due tomorrow or Thursday or Friday. When is this thing due and what is it?
So I am officially in civil engineering, and we've been doing like parking lot design. So you just grade out the parking lot. You take like the coordinates of a specific place. And it's a group project, so somebody has like a large retail, a small retail, some residential areas, and we just plan out the dimensions of the parking lot, how many spaces, and then you move that into a 3D model where you just add in like the buildings and just make it come to life more. So we have to create like a brochure and then the actual like 3D design online. So that's coming together pretty good. I have a pretty good group, so nobody's slacking, which is always
But that was going to be my next question. Is who, go ahead and name the slackers right now.
No, I think for the most part, I would say when you get to like the later years of your specific like degree, everyone seems to be on top of their stuff. So everyone's on top of their stuff for my group, so I'm doing pretty good.
I guess because everybody wants to be there.
Exactly.
You decided this is going to be your occupation, your path, and you want to be there. This isn't somebody from this other degree plan who's over here taking some class.
Yeah, this is something that you have to want to be in, so there's no way you're not doing it.
What part of the project is yours?
So I'm doing a large retail design, so I decided to do a grocery store. So I just planned out the parking lot, graded it out, so basically like the elevations on land are different, so you got to grade out the parking lot to like fill or like cut. So that's basically just like filling. So if it's lower, you want to fill with dirt, and if it's higher, then you want to cut the dirt, and then just making a level parking lot and then bringing in the 3D design is what I'm doing next. So
I'm concerned at grocery stores with all the people who pull up at the front and just stop. How do we handle that? Can you design those folks out of my way?
I don't know. I can't control the people, so if they're going to stop, they're going to stop.
Oh, so maybe we just cut them off at the end or something there. All right. Playing pretty good. How would you evaluate your season so far?
Feeling pretty good. Just always trying to be more consistent. I'm just super proud of this team. Everybody, learns their role, is knowing their role. Everybody's bought in. I mean, that's easy to see. We're just getting better every day. I'm just getting better every day. I'm just super excited to continue to see myself and this team grow as we continue to go into the end of the non-conference and the beginning of the conference season. It's just we're gonna completely take off.
We're visiting with Sydney Bowles. How would you describe your role?
My role, I would just say for me, just being trying to be a more vocal leader, just being somebody that, just based on last year and continuation, somebody that knows the scout pretty well. I have a pretty good memory of, things with the plays and stuff like that, and also just, continue to be a vet to some of the new players. I'm open for questions all the time, and then just continuing to my defensive development and then consistency on offense. As far as what I've seen from the film last year on the teams that we played versus how I'm playing this year, I would say I've definitely been picking up on things like that, so I definitely see the growth there.
What's different about your game from last year to this that you're seeing in this
I would just say just a lot more locked in defensively, just based on film I've watched. Looking at the film for me, I feel lighter on my feet. I think it looks better. We were watching, we had to watch the Kansas film, and I was looking at myself, and I was like, it's been a journey for sure, for sure. I'll tell you that. So, and then just making quicker decisions. I just feel like seeing the one more, sprinting our lanes, things like that. I just feel like being quicker with the decision making. You catch the ball 1-2, give it away, or make a play, things like that.
How's your shot?
Feeling pretty good about it. Like I said, just trying to be more consistent. That's really all I can say about that, yeah.
What's your Christmas plans?
Christmas plans. So we played the 20th. I plan to fly the night of the 20th. I won't get home till like midnight, which is totally fine. Will your car be
backed up to Reed Arena running and loaded?
No. Oh. I'll have a little bit of time in between based on that game. But one thing I always do when we travel, when I call my parents to fly back home, I'm always like, okay, if I can leave early enough, no matter how late I get home, I don't want to lose a day. So I knew if I left the 21st instead of the 20th, I would probably sleep all day the 21st. So then I felt like I would have lost a day. So I just told them, give me the latest flight you can, and I'll just sleep until the 21st. But I'll still have that afternoon, so it won't be a full day lost.
Just a day of sleeping.
Yes.
What are some of the traditions at your house for Christmas?
So my dad's side of the family, well, both my parents are from Alabama. So we usually go to my grandma's house in Alabama. Big gathering, a lot of great food. My mouth is watering thinking about it. But a lot of food. Just a lot of my family on my dad's side comes there. We usually do Thanksgiving at my mom's place, but we do Christmas at my dad's place because my mom has one sibling, but my dad has 3 siblings, so I have cousins on that side. It's usually about 12 plus people at the house. Everybody's kind of doing their own thing. The kids, I guess, we're all grown up now. But we just sit and wait until the food is ready. That's really our major part. When we were younger, we used to make lists, and sometimes we still do. But for the most part, we just want the food.
Are you patient?
Sometimes.
And what is your mouth watering for?
Mac and cheese.
Mac and cheese.
Yeah. My mom makes some really good mac and cheese.
Excellent. All right. We know you got to get out of here because we've got an early game. So I know I heard you like to sleep. So
I do.
All right, Sydney Bowles, everybody.
Thank you.
We got KK Green coming up. We're live from Rudy's Barbecue. It's the Joni Taylor Radio Show from Learfield. Texas Farm Bureau Insurance wants to give you a VIP Aggie basketball fan experience this year. Go to 12thman.com/maroon contest and register. One winner and a guest will receive game tickets, a VIP tour of Reed Arena, and will be recognized on the video board during the game. Register today at 12thman.com/maroon contest. Texas Farm Bureau Insurance is a proud partner of Texas A&M Athletics. We're at Rudy's Barbecue tonight, Joni Taylor Radio Show with Joni Taylor. I'm Steve Miller, and we are joined by our senior guard, KK Green.
Yes, how y'all doing?
How you doing?
I'm good, how are you?
We're doing great. Getting ready to take on Lamar in the morning, 11 a.m.
Yes.
Hey, what's the earliest game time you ever played?
College, probably 11.
11. What about in high school? Because some of those tournaments, they just get you whenever the sun comes up, right?
8 a.m.
8 a.m.
Sure, yeah.
How do you do things differently for a morning game versus an evening game?
Get sleep. That's the key. I have to go to bed early.
There's a common theme here, sleep.
Yeah, we love sleep. We sleep. That's what we do as a team. We love to get sleep, but that's really my mindset. Like, I have to get to bed early. I don't like too much to think about the game. I like to keep a clear head and just make sure I get to bed early and wake up ready to go.
What's going on in your academic life?
I just took my last final today. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah, that's a nice weight lifted off. Don't have to worry about that.
I still have 2 more assignments left.
But
they're just projects.
Yeah. Sydney was up here, actually still here. You guys get a lot of gear. Mm-hmm. And you have to dress the same on the court, dress the same on the road. And then today I see you guys dress the same.
Yeah, that wasn't planned. I picked her up today. I'm like, we're really doing the same thing right now. But it's just, I feel like we're just wired that way now. Yeah. I don't know, Joni instills in us togetherness. So that's a big thing that we take pride in. And I guess we're just thinking the same thing.
How do you evaluate this team so far this season?
Man, I'm super proud of us. you know, the Purdue game really was a wake-up call for us, and I feel like we just on a train and go straight. And I'm just so proud of us. We put in a lot of hard work this summer. We added great pieces, and I feel like everything is just coming together slowly but surely.
Last season, you were asked to play like 41 minutes a game of a 40-minute game. The ask is not as crazy this year. How have you adapted and changed and improved? How did you make that transition?
I just do whatever is needed of me. My role right now is to be a lockdown defender, run my team, and make open shots. And so I really take pride in that. As y'all can see, I've been really doing a good job on the defensive end and running my team. My shot's coming. Don't worry, it's coming. But yeah, I'm just.
I think the fans are super excited when you get in the game because business is about to pick up. Here comes KK Green, and if I'm on offense, that's not good because you're about to have the ball and go score.
Yeah.
What is your mindset when you come in to key on defense? How are you so successful?
Just starting from AAU, honestly, and coming from Chicago, I feel like we really take pride in defense. Like, we don't want anybody to score on us, and I just feel like it comes from that. Mac Urban Fire was my AAU team. If you know, like, all of the tournaments, we're loud, we're playing defense, we pick you up in the parking lot is what we like to say. So, you know, it's just something I feel like that I've been wired with, and just something that I've always had in me. And I feel like now with Joni's style of play, I'm able to showcase it more. And last year, honestly, I didn't have the legs. You know, it was hard to play defense for 30 minutes the way she wants us to defend. So. Yeah.
Do you think your teammates are feeding off of you defensively?
Yeah, for sure. I feel like with Soleil Williams, I feel like her defense is picking up so much better, and I feel like I'm a part of that. And just her seeing me like just go out there and like play the most with my minutes and just do what I can, and I just feel like that's helping her out.
What's your Christmas plans like?
I just want to see my family. I haven't seen my family since August. And I have a big family, and everybody always come to Chicago, and we all spend time together, and I get to see everybody. You know, I'm like the celebrity of the family, so they all ask questions, and they want to see how's college and everything. So
we're probably a few too many days away, but are you kind of keeping an eye on what the weather's going to be like in Chicago?
I already know it's going to be cold.
Is it? Will it be windy too?
Yeah, probably snowing, honestly. Last year I got stuck trying to come back to College Station. Yeah.
Ask you the same thing to ask Sydney Bowles. What are some of your family traditions around Christmas?
We all just get together, listen to music, watch Christmas movies, and eat good food. That's really what we do.
And remind me, what is good food in your family?
For Christmas, I want greens, yams, chicken, dressing. That's what I like.
That sounds pretty good.
Mac and cheese. Yeah, that's my plate right there.
Do you have a Christmas gift list prepared too?
Nah, I want money, honestly. I feel like I'm at a place in my life where I like to buy things myself. So I just ask my family and my mom especially just for money.
What are you trying to buy?
Clothes. I'm a big fashion person. I love clothes.
I can see you and Sydney really did a great job. Yeah. Same sweatshirt tonight.
Yeah.
Do you like jewelry?
Yeah, I love jewelry. I'm really getting into jewelry since I got into college. I pride that in Sahara. Sahara's a big jewelry person. She always have rings on every finger, so I'm just getting into that. And my coach, she always have something on her wrist. So I'm really getting into jewelry. I was mostly just an earrings person, but now I'm getting necklaces, bracelets, and everything. So. What kind of ring
are you looking for, or just bracelets?
Actually, I got my Aggie ring, y'all, but it's hard because I never wear rings and I always forget it at home. So it's
kind of hard to play basketball with rings, right?
Yeah.
Kind of frowned upon. Yeah. All right. Well, congratulations on a good season so far. Hey, 7-1.
Yes.
Take that, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Purdue game.
We're not gonna talk about it.
I just circle that right there. Purdue. No. All right. Merry Christmas, and we will see you tomorrow morning, bright and early.
Yeah, bright and early.
All right, KK Green, everybody. We're live from Moody's Barbecue. It's a Joni Taylor Radio Show from Learfield. This copyrighted broadcast is an exclusive presentation of Learfield under the broadcasting rights granted by Texas A&M University. Reuse of this presentation is prohibited without the express written consent of Texas A&M University and Learfield. Announcers are provided by Learfield and Texas A&M University. All right, we're back on the Joni Taylor Radio Show with Joni Taylor. I'm Steve Miller, and while Angela was here earlier talking about different projects, we forgot to mention Bike Build, and that's coming up here, and that's a big deal for you.
It is. December 16th, 1 p.m. is our Bike Build. It's something we started last year. So this is, well, we actually started it at Georgia. Andy Landers started it, and then I continued it when I became head coach in 2015. But it's an opportunity for us to give bikes to young kids in the Brazos Valley who might not get a bike or get a gift for Christmas. And so we reach out to a different group every year. Last year it was our Fast Break Club and our athletic department. This year it's our Beyond Basketball members. And we'll take donations from anyone, so feel free. But we've asked them to help donate. And you can donate by giving a Visa gift card, by purchasing a bike or a helmet, or giving a gift card to Academy, and then we go and we actually buy the bikes. We don't buy them already built. We buy the bikes in the boxes. And then we have a day with our Fast Break Club. We'll come in and we will actually unbox all the bikes and we will put them together ourselves. And so it's really cool last year seeing our players for the first time. Like, they were so worried about building the bike. And I'm like, it's easy. Like, you can figure it out. It'll be fine. And so we partner a player with a Fast Break Club member, and they were rolling through those bikes. They built like 3 or 4 in like 20 minutes. And so it's a really, really, really cool thing that we do. We're super proud of it and excited about having the opportunity to give back.
And why is it important to give back to this community?
Well, because we get so much. We're so privileged to be in a position to work at A&M, play basketball at university. And so for us to be able to just show our appreciation in any way and to take a moment back. I mean, you talk to KK about all the gear we get. We have so much coming out just out of our ears. We eat at the best restaurants. We fly private planes. We stay at the best hotels. We get all this gear. If you're not careful, you look up and you become really just privileged and not callous is the word, but you just become you lack gratitude if you're not always looking for an opportunity to do something for someone else. And anytime we can instill that in our young ladies and they can see the smile on a young kid's face or on a parent's face or a teacher's face or organization's face when they say, thank you so much, you have no idea how much this means. And in addition to the Bike Build, our team adopts 2 families every single year and goes shopping for them and provides Christmas for 2 families every single year. So I'm really proud of their heart and the things that they want to do to help our community.
That's great. Thank you for sharing that. Tomorrow, 11 a.m. elementary school day. Lamar is coming here. Aqua Franklin, A&M Hall of Famer, is the coach. And this Lamar team is 4-2 overall, and they lost to Nebraska in one of the tournaments in Florida. But they have some concerns for you.
They're very good. Listen, they're picked to be in the tournament right now. They are picked to win their conference and go to the NCAA tournament. So this is just not a cakewalk coming in here tomorrow. Obviously, they have Aqua's mentality. They're not as talented as she was, thank goodness. But she's got 2 players in Davis and Dean now who were all conference selections. Davis has been the player of the week in their conference twice already. Davis is a guard that's a 3-level scorer, and Dean is their post player. So the 2 of them getting a lot of action on one side of the floor, and they kind of clear it out and play with each other. But their defense is elite. They force almost 22 turnovers a game. When you look at that, it gets your attention real quick. So we've got to take care of the basketball. They're going to press us from start to finish. They're aggressive in what they do. Their other only loss came to Texas Tech, and so I guarantee you, like, Texas Tech was circled on their schedule, and this game will be circled on their schedule as well. A lot of Texas players on that roster who are looking forward to coming in Reed Arena. So we definitely, they have our full attention. It's going to be a really, really good game tomorrow.
Yeah, when you just take one look at the stat sheet with Sabrina Dean, the post player, 15.5 points a game, that's concerning right there.
And they play inside out. They try to get her established early. Every game I've watched, they've gone, the first 3 possessions, 2 out of 3 are going right into her. So we've got to make sure we don't get ourselves in foul trouble. We force her to have tough catches away from the basket, and then we got to box her out.
This Lamar team is, the university, it's not really the team's fault. The university's been hopscotching conferences, but I think they found themselves back in the Southland Conference, a place where they should have never left in the first place, but they can succeed there for sure.
They can. Again, they're picked to win. They're picked to win their conference. And just, in the summer, we're out recruiting and you're lined up and you see a little bit of everybody. And Aqua and I were together a few times, and when people from her conference are walking up, they're like, all right, now take it easy on us. I mean, that's the conversation that they're having with her. So, again, she's done a tremendous job. We're super happy to have her back, for her to come back to Reed Arena and to play on the floor that she helped build and the success they've got here. But listen, we're going to be locked in tomorrow.
Yeah, and then we don't have time to talk about too much of it, but Robert Morris, they've already played 2 conference games in the Horizon League. The way that shakes out, that's the opponent on Saturday at noon. All right, tomorrow Lamar at 11, Saturday Robert Morris at noon. Joni, we'll see you in the morning.
See you. Bring your earplugs.
Oh, yes, bring your earplugs. All right, our thanks to Angela Jones and to Sydney Bowles and to KK Green and also to Kevin Minchow and Shelley back in Jefferson City. For Coach Joni Taylor, I'm Steve Miller. Have a great night. We will see you tomorrow. This has been the Joni Taylor Radio Show from Learfield.